Okay, today, inshallah, we're going to discuss module 4, lesson B. The title is Cultural Differences. Cultural differences. This lesson is a reading lesson, and it's talking about the differences which are found between the different countries. Okay, just to give me. So the title of the lesson is Cultural Differences, student book page 50. It's in your student book page 50. So open your book page 50. Guys, open your book page 50.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. So open your book page 50. This lesson is a reading lesson. Number 1. Okay. A, discuss. This is A. The first question is for discussion. Think of gestures or customs that exist in your country. Do you think they are the same everywhere around the world? So here think of gestures. Gestures معناها إيماءات أو حركات أو أشياء الناس بتسويها. Or customs here it means عادات معناها عادات things which people do in a specific country or in a specific town that exists in your country. يعني عايزين نشوف عادات زي العادات مثلا for example in Saudi Arabia they use بخور بيستخدموا البخور in to make the atmosphere around them amazing. So that exists in your country. Think about that. Here, do you think they are the same everywhere around the world? هل تعتقد إن العادات دي the same around the world or they are different؟ تعتقد إن هم متشابهين في كل العالم أو حول العالم or they are different? It means that each country or each town has its own customs. Okay, this is B. This is A. B, guess the answers to the questions below, then read and check your answers. Mazen Al-Ahmari raised the hand. What do you want, Mazen? Mazen, what do you want? Okay. Yes. Guess the answers to the questions below, then read and check your answers. So now we're going to see some questions, and you have to guess the answers for these questions. And after you read, check if your answers are correct or not. Number 1, how do Saudis perfume their houses and clothes? How do Saudis perfume their houses and clothes? نسمع clothes, not clothes. Clothes. كيف الناس في المملكة العربية السعودية perfume يعني بيعطروا their houses منازلهم and clothes اللي هي الملابس بتاعتهم.
يعني شلون مزرعة؟
يا ترى ان هم الامر A they burn something بيحرقون شيء or they light candles. In Saudi Arabia, how do Saudis perfume their houses and clothes? How do they do that? ازاي في الناس في المملكة العربية السعودية بيعطروا المنازل بتاعتهم and clothes والملابس. Who can answer? The answer is one of these. They burn something. That is A. B. They light candles. بيحرقون شيء، في شيء بنحرقه في عندنا في البيوت كده عشان يخلي الريحة
اي
good smell.
They burn something.
They light candles. ولا بنولع شموع.
بخور اي
بخور. So it's okay. Number two, what's a common way for people in Belgium to greet each other? الناس بيحيوا بعض في بلجيوم ازاي؟ يعني بيحيوا بعض ازاي؟ يا ترى ان هم they kiss 3 times on the cheek، ان هم بيبوسوا بعض 3 مرات على الخد، يدوس كده دايما. or they shake hands. عبد الله الغامض،
صوت
انت ليه عندك صوت يا عبد الله؟ عبد الله الغامض.
صوت
نعم حبيبي.
تحضر ولا وش؟
هكتب اسمك حاضر. محمد المريدي. اوكي.
لا مو محمد مريدي،
مان
مصمم كاين.
ماشي، شكرا يا محمد.
يلا سلام.
طيب اوكي، هنا what is a common way for people in Belgium to greet each other? A, they kiss 3 times on the cheek or they shake hands. Maybe they kiss 3 times. Number three, what does pulling the skin down under your eye mean in Japan? What does pulling the skin down under your eye mean in Japan? It means that when you pull the skin under your eye, what does it mean in Japan? It means that it's something boring, or something is boring, or something is interesting. When you are in Japan and you see something and you pull the skin under your eye, what does it mean?
Something is interesting.
Okay, I'm not sure, but when we are reading the passage, we're going to know. It may something is boring. Okay. Moving to the passage. Here, they do it differently. They do it differently. Okay, look at this passage and read it. You have 2 minutes from now to read the passage, and after that you're going to you will be listening to an audio. Okay, so you have 2 minutes to read. Read it. Okay, now listen to the audio.
They do it differently. We know it feels normal and right to do in our culture, but other cultures have customs and gestures that are different, and they may seem strange to us. So, it's easy to misunderstand someone from a culture that is different from our own. Here are a few examples.
Okay. I want you to look at the text, or to look at the words or the lines, and listen carefully to the audio to know the correct pronunciation for each word. Okay.
They do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
We know it feels normal and right to do in our culture, but other cultures have customs and gestures that are different, and they may seem strange to us. So, it's easy to misunderstand someone from a culture that is different from our own. Here are a few examples.
Okay, note the pronouns of the word culture, not culture. It's culture. Okay, culture. And here is misunderstand. Misunderstand, it means you don't understand someone. You understand something wrong. Okay. Okay, here you have 1 minute to read this text your own. Okay, let's listen to the audio.
While I was in Saudi Arabia on a business trip, I was invited to a Saudi friend's house for lunch. It was the first time I had been to a Saudi house, and I was impressed by the spectacular decoration. At lunchtime, my friend, Ibrahim, showed me into the dining room, where I met his 4 sons. The boys were talking cheerfully about their day when a man came in the room, silently carrying a beautiful cup with something burning in it. I was curious about it. I was about to ask Ibrahim to tell me more about it when a wonderful smell interrupted my thoughts. Ibrahim explained that it is a custom in Saudi Arabia to burn bakur, a kind of scented wood, to create a pleasant atmosphere. It is also polite to use bakur when you have guests. John, Boston.
Okay, listen again. And try to pay attention to the pronunciation of the words.
While I was in Saudi Arabia on a business trip, I was invited to a Saudi friend's house for lunch. It was the first time I had been to a Saudi house, and I was impressed by the spectacular decoration. At lunchtime, my friend, Ibrahim, showed me into the dining room, where I met his 4 sons. The boys were talking cheerfully about their day when a man came in the room, silently carrying a beautiful cup with something burning in it. I was curious about it. I was about to ask Ibrahim to tell me more about it when a wonderful smell interrupted my thoughts. Ibrahim explained that it is a custom in Saudi Arabia to burn bakur, a kind of scented wood, to create a pleasant atmosphere. It is also polite to use bakur when you have guests. John, Boston.
Okay, do you have any difficult words here in this text? What are the difficult words here?
Misunderstand.
We don't have misunderstand in this text. Here, while I was in Saudi Arabia on a
وش
business trip,
السوالف؟
I want you to give me the most difficult words here in this text. What are the most difficult words here? Business trip. Do you know the meaning of business trip?
إيه
Okay, I was invited to Saudi friend's house for lunch. It was the first time I have been to Saudi Arabia, Saudi house, and I was impressed. Do you know what the meaning of impressed by the spectacular decoration? Do you know the meaning of impressed?
السلام عليكم.
معجب أو منصدم.
Thank you. The spectacular decoration. What the meaning of spectacular? Spectacular means wonderful or amazing. At lunchtime, my friend Ibrahim showed me into the dining room. The dining room is the room where we have lunch, where I met his 4 sons. The boys were talking cheerfully about their day when a man came in the room, silently carrying a beautiful cup with something burning in it. I was curious about it. Curious. Do you know the meaning of curious about it?
تعجب مستغرب منه.
No, curious, it means to have the desire to know about something.
الرغبة.
Yeah. I was about to ask Ibrahim to tell me more about it when a wonderful smell interrupted my thoughts. Ibrahim explained that it's a custom. And so, do you know what the meaning of custom? Custom. What the meaning of custom?
مخصص أو اختياري كذا.
No, a custom is something which people in a
صح.
country or in a town always do. Okay, so this is a custom. Like you in Saudi Arabia, it's a custom to burn bukur in Saudi Arabia. It's a custom because most people in Saudi Arabia use bukur. Okay, a kind of scented wood. Do you know the meaning of scented wood? Scented wood, it means the wood which has a beautiful or wonderful smell, created a pleasant atmosphere. Okay, moving to another text. You have 1 minute from now to read the text, and after that you're going to listen to the audio. Okay, now listen to the audio.
I'm from Wisconsin, and when we meet someone for the first time, we usually shake hands. Well, I had a big surprise in Belgium. When I was introduced to my friend's brother, something occurred which made me feel uncomfortable. I said hi to him, extending my hand, and he came up to me and kissed me on the cheek. Not once, but 3 times, going from one cheek to the other. Of course, I went red and they started laughing at me. In Belgium, it's common to greet someone by kissing 3 times. Jack Madison.
Okay, listen again and pay attention to the pronunciation of the words.
I'm from Wisconsin, and when we meet someone for the first time, we usually shake hands. Well, I had a big surprise in Belgium. When I was introduced to my friend's brother, something occurred which made me feel uncomfortable. I said hi to him, extending my hand, and he came up to me and kissed me on the cheek. Not once, but 3 times, going from one cheek to the other. Of course, I went red and they started laughing at me. In Belgium, it's common to greet someone by kissing 3 times. Jack Madison.
Okay, the difficult word here is maybe occurred. Occurred, it means happened. Occurred, it means something which happened. I think it's the last passage. You have 1 minute to read it quickly, and after that you will be listening to the.
أستاذ custom وش معناها؟
Custom is something which people in a country or town always do it. Like you in Saudi Arabia, you always use or burn a bukur. Okay, so your custom is to burn bukur.
أستاذ بالعربي طيب.
بالعربي معناها عادة، شيء متعود عليه دولة أو متعودة أو بتعمله دولة كاملة أو بيعملوه مجموعة من الناس زي مدينة كده.
لأن في جوجل أستاذ طلع مخصص ما طلع كذا.
لا، هي كاستم معناها عادة، ولو حطيت لها اس هيبقى معناها جمارك كاستم، ومعناها مخصص برضه، بس هنا in the text it means معناها هنا عادة.